Hey contractors, welcome back to Contractors Alliance. Good morning. I wanted to share a little bit about my shop. I'll show you what I'm doing here. But first of all, I'm going to tell you about my mornings and how they have changed over the years. So I used to just wake up as late as possible and throw back some coffee, grab some cereal and head off to work. But I'm going to tell you something that you should try and get into your life. I don't like telling people things they should or shouldn't do, but you really need to try and get this into your life. I'm 58 and I should have got this into my life a long time ago. And that is sauna and cold plunge. I know it's you're hearing a lot about it probably right now. Wow, it's worth it. So we have an old farmhouse and it has a cold cellar in the basement. And for 15-20 years, we just stored spider webs in there. We didn't know what to do with it. So 2 years ago, I built a sauna in there. It's kind of cool. I'll show you a picture. Here's the picture. And you can see it has a stone wall, and then I just built the sauna on the concrete wall around, and it didn't cost much. And I don't need to tell you guys how to do it. If you guys are all tradespeople, you'll figure it out. It didn't cost much. So every morning I work out. I've worked out all my life, but I work out, I have a sauna, and I do a cold plunge, and wow, what a feeling after that. It beats coffee. I still drink coffee, don't get me wrong, but it beats coffee. It gives me energy until well after lunchtime. It is a life changer. So I would highly recommend it. And shout out to B Saunas in Barrie. That's where I got the sauna heater. Great people to work with. So yeah, let me show you what I'm doing in my shop. So the shop isn't quite done yet. I'm putting material on the walls here. And what this is called DuraPlate. And I got it at an auction. I'm kind of addicted to auctions, but I got a good deal on this. It's called DuraPlate. It goes on the inside of tractor trailers that they want to keep nice. And I got a good deal on it. I got enough to do my 40 by 70 shop and to do our little barn, 20 by 40 barn upstairs where my workout room is for $1,300. And it has some insulative value. I'll show you it here. It is about a 1/2 inch thick with some kind of polyurethane or polyethylene in the middle, which is very tough, hard stuff, covered in a white tin. So it's extremely durable, and I'm loving it. So I thought I'd tell you about that. I'll tell you about something else that's very exciting. Contractors Alliance has put a fractions calculator free to download for you. I know some of you use a fractions calculator on site. I use one all the time because I do kitchens and I'm measuring doors and everything, and I use it all the time. The one I use is free to use, except it has ads, and then they pop up at the worst time. So I decided we need one that doesn't have ads. So it's a fractions calculator, no ads. All you have to do is you can sign up for free at Contractors Alliance, download the app. It doesn't work like a normal app in terms of at Google. You just download it and then save it to your phone as an app. So it's on there and you can use it anytime, and it's free and there's no ads. It's awesome. So take advantage of that. That's exciting. And then I want to talk to you about something else on Contractors Alliance that I mentioned last week, and that's sections that are devoted to women in contracting. We call it ContractHers, and we have lots on there. Now, I know I'm not the person to be talking to women in the trades. you don't want to hear from me. I don't have anything that you want to listen to, probably. So, and I realize that. So we have we have an awesome woman that's in charge of that. Her name is Jada. She's from Brantford. She grew up with her dad, who is a contractor, and he taught her everything she knows. And they're a lot of fun if you follow them. It's 2 tasks, contracting. If you follow them, they're quite a crew, quite funny. And Jada's a wonderful person. She gives back to the community. She's actually a trained firefighter. And she's going to be in charge of that. And we're going to have her on here as well to talk to you about that, because, yeah, you don't want to hear from me. I know that. So, but ContractHers is going to have lots of resources. We're going to have a mentorship section where experienced contractors can help younger women coming up and help them navigate what's going on. We have a section for clothing for women with lots of discounts if you sign up as a member to Contractors Alliance, because women desire or require different things in clothing than a lot of clothing companies offer. So there are clothing companies out there that offer clothing specific for women, which is very, very helpful. And we've got them on our site. So, but we're going to have Jada come on and talk to you guys all about that. And that'll be great. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of a story because we're doing things different here at Contractors Alliance. We want it to be for you. And we're not just another site that is promising to advocate for you to the government. There's different companies doing that, or different organizations doing that. And honestly, you know, has that changed anything for you at your level? So we're here to help you guys. We're giving you the fractions calculator. I know it's small, but it's free. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background, a story about my background, and how I learned to do things different sometimes when you need to figure things out. So I grew up on a farm, and it was a small farm, and we learned how to fix things to make them go. We could, you know, with a pair of vice grips and a piece of woven fence, we could get anything going again. So one year we had a lot of heifer calves, and on a dairy farm, that's a very important thing. That's a good thing. We had a lot. So, but the next year we needed to figure out how to feed these on pasture. We weren't used to having that many, so we didn't have enough pasture. So we had to rent pasture across the road from one of our neighbors. And but being a small farm, we didn't want to invest in a whole new electric fence box. They were around, at that time, $350, and we're like, we can use that somewhere else. So we tried to figure out a way to get the electric fence across the road. Now, I won't lie to you, we did think initially about going over the road. Keep in mind, we live on a back road, so the traffic wasn't that heavy. But we decided against that. Probably a good idea. And as luck would have it, there was a culvert that ran from our farm right into the field that we were going to rent. All we had to do, now the culvert was, you know, pretty small. It was probably 12 to 18 inches. And, you know, had water running through it, of course, and been there for 100 years. So I wasn't about to crawl through there with whatever else was in there and try and get this wire across. So I told my dad to wait there, and I ran up to the barn, and we had chickens. We had a chicken coop. And if anybody have had chickens, or in particular roosters, you might know that sometimes roosters can be a little cantankerous, And this rooster was smart. You could walk into the chicken coop and he would pretty much ignore you, walk away. The minute you turned your back, he flew right at your back and would try and claw you. And so I knew this was going to happen. I walked into the chicken coop and immediately turned around and walked out, and that thing flew right at me just like I thought. So I spun around, grabbed him. There were feathers flying everywhere, and I put him under my arm, walked out of the chicken coop, spitting out feathers, and headed down to the culvert. On the way, I picked up a handful of twine that is usually laying around a farm. Headed down to the culvert, and there was my dad staring at me, just shaking his head, wondering what the heck we were doing. Well, we tied the twine to the rooster's leg, threw him into the culvert as far as we could toss him, and then started throwing pebbles into the culvert to coax him to go through to the other side. And sure enough, that's what he did. I think he ate a few things along the way. But once we got him to the other side, we just tied the electric fence wire to the twine, took the rooster back to where he belonged, and we were in business. So it was just a unique way to solve a problem, which I know a lot of you out there do on a day-to-day basis, and good for you. If you have any stories like that, feel free to comment, and please subscribe.